Guess I may need scissors for this unboxing.
Don't you work out?
Hey man, the electronics, you got a little ease. I don't know what's in here.
All right, guys. Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Good Stuff Daily. So today I wanted to talk about, since everyone's going through and having to jump virtual and your online presence is like everything now. I wanted to shift the conversation to something a little more fun and what everyone is using to, like what kind of gear everyone's using to record videos, mic people up, light, maybe even what kind of software we're using. But before that, today is April 10th, and this is the day that the what was it? The PPP, the SBA is opening up applications for 1099 employees or 1099 contractors, not employees. So if you fall in that category and you're watching this video, encourage you guys to go out to your banks, your local bank. As long as they're still an SBA approved lender, you should be able to apply for the PPP, specifically for 1099 contractors. I think there the same criteria is applied in terms of what what multiplier you're using for how much you can apply for, and then also the payback and any kind of loan forgiveness. So we've done a lot of information, a lot of coverage on that. So main thing is if you are a 1099 contractor, or if you're a business owner and you have 1099 staff, send them to their bank, give them the information to help them get some help. All right.
No doubt.
And we'll also include some links below the video on kind of first steps and on where they can go if they don't have a direct lender that they're comfortable with or they don't have a relationship with. Well, cool, guys. So today, let's talk equipment. I know we kind of do this on a daily basis. So internally, just the CS team, for no reason at all, I think we all buy just tons of equipment, audio visual equipment. We all have this grand plans of being like this video YouTube or next best photography star. And that's still, this is my time, man. This is when this is going to happen.
Absolutely.
But first you need the equipment, right?
Yeah. So you want to dive into the tech stacks or to the equipment stacks? Is that what we want?
Yeah. Let's start kind of high level. What are you guys using to record your in-gym videos for now?
Flip phone.
So what are you guys doing, John, for the ones you're posting to YouTube, right? Is that that's where we're starting?
Yeah, live or YouTube, but just what you're using now to record your visual online assets, classes.
Yeah, so we've been using live classes. We've just been using the webcam on my wife's laptop and going live on Zoom, and then uploading those to YouTube, and then throwing them in links to our members that want to watch those and do them later from home. The explainer videos that we record on Sundays for the whole week, we've been recording with her Canon mirrorless, and then doing some editing and then uploading those every day into SugarWOD for people to watch prior to doing the workouts. And we actually just switched from using the Canon mirrorless and just went back to her iPhone and used some software that she had downloaded that came out really, really nice and saved a bunch of time as far as like downloading and uploading and getting the stuff over to YouTube. So we ended up using it. Yeah, we were going to upgrade her iPhone. She's got an X or a 10 or whatever, but we haven't yet. And we use the software called Film Mic Pro. Yeah, and it's crazy how good the quality is on using that software.
It's nuts, man. I watched some YouTube videos on a videographer who just filmed solely on an iPhone and using Filmic Pro. Mm-hmm. And like, that makes me feel like I can actually do this.
Filmic Pro is legit. So for our YouTube videos, just done on an iPhone, whatever, not the X, but the last year's release, right? So TJ and I both use this exact same phone. And then we've got a one of the $100 phone gimbals. It's like a phone / GoPro gimbal, right? And so any of our YouTube videos, and maybe I can throw some in here so you can kind of see the links to what we're able to produce just off of that alone. So iPhone, gimbal, and we record, or he records like me going through the movements while maintaining social distancing within our gym, of course. And then he has that video on his phone. He puts it into iMovie and annotates it or gives the commentary, right? Like, this is what's happening. Right. This is the workout, blah, 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 blah. He sends it to me. I throw it into Final Cut Pro. And in Final Cut Pro, I add all the transitions and music and all the other stuff that I do. So that's how we're doing the YouTube, our YouTube workouts for now. And just like John for the Zoom ones, it's this little guy right here, the laptop cameras.
Yeah. Right now, without getting like very heavy into your setup and your complexity in your setup, like your webcam, especially if you're doing things live, your webcam on a computer is probably the best option. Next best option is you can probably stream live stuff from your phone. And that combination of your smartphone and a gimbal, that's probably the cheapest, fastest, most effective solution. It may not be the best production, but at this point, that's the lowest barrier to entry to get some pretty good footage.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that for like bang for your buck, you're not going to find anything out there that's better, because of the fact that you've already sunk the money into this and it already connects Wi-Fi and streams. And so the only really missing piece, if you want to level up that production quality, is a $100 gimbal.
Yeah. Cause then,
right.
Like, so,
it's the one
have all the editing apps on your phone. Oh yeah. Which one is that?
It's the same brand Nick bought today for his mirrorless, but it's I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a Smooth 4.
Yeah.
What's the brand that you got today, Nick?
Zoom something. That's like the other major player in the game. So you have Osmo, or I'm sorry, you have DJI, and then you have Zin something.
Yeah, ZHIYUN.
Yeah, there's a few of them. I've obviously been researching a lot because I don't know. Is it too early to do this, James? Is it too early to?
No, if you want to show off, man, let's do it.
Yeah. So actually, what this is for, and so this is probably above and beyond just what we're doing for the daily YouTube workouts. As some of the past conversations have gone here on Good Stuff, a little bit of a adapt or die mentality is what we're doing here at Kansas Athletic Club.
This is fun adaptation, though.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are going to do a 30-day long at-home workout series of videos. Think way more Jillian Michaels. That may be a terrible reference for the CrossFit space. I may get so butthurt over that, right? But the reality is, like, I want not just a demo video. 30 days worth of demo videos, which we already are going to have now based off of what we just talked about, iPhones and gimbals. This is truly going to be our coaches coaching a small, very, 2 to 3 people through a workout that's an hour long. It's going to basically be an in-home class.
So are you canning these to be able to, for your member base to be able to work out kind of on demand?
Exactly. That's exactly what it's going to be. They're going to be recorded. It's going to be something to where in the future, I'm looking at this as a potential
service offering,
something we could sell by itself.
Lead magnet.
Right.
So that's why you're investing a little bit more time, effort, and resources into increasing your production value. So that way it has longer shelf life. It looks better on kind of, larger format stuff. It's not the same as a live video.
Exactly. And it's not the same as a 2-minute long demo video with a handful of movements, right?
Yeah.
It is legitimately a series that you could sell really to anyone, anywhere in the world, and they could follow along, timer on screen. Everything will be edited and music in sync with the time and everything else for 1 hour. So, guys, I have zero experience in doing an hour-long exercise demo video production. So,
but we're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out, right?
We're gonna learn.
I mean, Final Cut Pro has like the timers. You can get like a timer pack, and it's like 100 different customizable timers that scroll across the screen, show everything. You can buy transition packs. There's so much of this stuff.
So let's do this. Let's go around the room. Well, shoot, let's first look at this. What is this?
Oh, wow.
That is way more equipment than my small handheld gimbal for my phone.
Yeah. So to let you guys know,
beastly.
this is actually what this is actually gonna be powering. It is a Sony A6400, and then I will most likely end up using this lens, which has a built-in video stabilizer, and then a constant f-stop on it as well.
Ooh, that's nice. So I know we all have tons of gadgets. What is your what's your most favorite or most essential video gadget?
Ooh, most essential video gadget. I'll let John go first on this one.
Since my wife does all of the videography, her setup right here, we just bought recently. She had a Canon Mark 5D for years. And we sold it not too long ago and got her this new Canon EOS R mirrorless. And I know she loves it. But the thing that she really loves about it is we spent quite a bit of money and got a 35 millimeter prime lens for it. So I think her lens she's really good at doing everything in manual. And she does this for a lot of, like, if you go onto CrossFit Flight's Instagram or onto our website, all of those pictures she's taken with this camera and this lens.
Nice. Recently,
I don't know that I have. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Like I say, I don't know that I have as much of a favorite gadget as I do a favorite site. And what I mean by favorite site is I stumbled across Skillshare not too long ago, and Skillshare has both a mobile app and then also just a direct website that you can go to. They do like 30-day free trials, and Skillshare is basically a bunch of expert-led online courses in creating things, videography, filmography, learning Photoshop, learning Final Cut Pro, learning, I mean, you name it, you can if it's creative, artistic type of thing, you can find it on Skillshare. And so, James, you and I have talked about this, like having all the gadgets is one thing, but that doesn't immediately lead you to know how to use them. So I would say that, like, for most of us, if we're working on limited resources and limited amount of time, buy the gimbal, sign up for Skillshare, and take a basic iPhone videography course in Skillshare, and what you guys can produce is going to be exponentially better than if you were to go out and spend $3,000 on gadgets and then expect it a good product.
Right.
Don't make that mistake.
No.
Like I've done that where I purchased nice cameras and then I just lost interest in learning it. And now I just have this thing that I don't know how to use effectively.
Right.
So the easiest thing is the phone, the gimbal, and some basic concepts on either photography or videography, just kind of how to frame your shot and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are big. I'll say my favorite thing that I use all the time, or kind of most essential, is this damn tripod, this Joby. This thing is clutch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, like,
you're right.
I mean, the thing is, I use it, both for just kind of more vlog type stuff, right? If I'm just gonna film myself, but I've also kind of used this if I need to take my daughter out for a walk on a stroller, and I'll just mount this bad boy to the stroller and just take calls and whatnot. And so this has been, I think, my most essential purchase because I use it the most often. But obviously you have your gimbal, the the cool one that we kind of recently just jumped on, and I'm saying this because Barry kind of put us on, but was these Lume Cube lights. So this thing is freaking bright. Almost too bright. So I'm still kind of a mixed bag on that, but in terms of just a really effective small package light, this thing is money, super money. But
yeah, I would completely agree. You know, that a tripod does a lot, right? Like, and James, you mentioned this yesterday. Audio quality was a big one.
Yeah.
I thought,
especially if you're going to like more
you
production type stuff.
Yeah, like you can get away with, like, maybe it was TJ that messaged me, like you can get away with some shaky video. Like, people will forgive video quality. Audio quality is absolutely unforgivable.
Yeah. It's distracting, and if especially if you're trying to like record a workout video, you have your camera on one side of the room. You can always zoom in, but if you don't have a mic that's able to pick up that sound, or it sounds like you're at the very far end of a long tunnel, like it's really hard, especially if you want people to be engaged with your video, like work out with your video. Like, it's got to have some basic audio quality and basic video quality.
Yeah. So what do you guys do for audio?
I mean, I don't record workouts, but
Right.
I mean, you check out my Instagram, I will. But I found that this lav mic is pretty good. And yeah, obviously, like, it has its limitations, but in terms of an unintrusive mic that you can just clip onto yourself, there's wireless versions of this, but I have the wired version because this is mainly for like interviews and whatnot. But this is awesome because it's small. You can still move around with it, and the audio quality is consistent. No matter if you're turning your back to the camera, you're walking 30 feet off to the side, it really doesn't matter. So I like that option for kind of being on the move and grabbing some audio. Obviously, there's like tons of other options. You can use shotgun mics and stuff like that.
Yeah, we started researching a couple different shotgun mics, and we're trying to determine which direction we're going to go. Do we buy one for the Canon, or do we buy one for an iPhone? Do you buy both? Yeah. So I think we were looking at those early on, and not knowing how long this was going to last, and if this was going to be a product we were going to produce and deliver after the fact, like Nick is going to do. I think we're along the same lines. We're going to use it for kind of some lead magnets, 30 days for $30 or whatever, and get people online to try some workouts at home, maybe even incorporate some of our fundamentals or on-ramp onto it. So it gives them a little bit of experience on some of that stuff. People that might be a little bit apprehensive to step foot into a CrossFit gym could do some stuff in their living room, kind of like P90X. And then, at the end, we were going to use maybe UpLaunch to deliver those videos daily and have, a place where they could schedule, a one-on-one, no sweat intro, in week 3 or week 4.
Yeah.
But so if that's the route we're going to go, we're probably going to have to step up the audio game. Cause like right now we're literally, we do it live. She does the workouts with them and does them on Zoom. And that's what we upload to YouTube right now. And it's been working so far. I mean, the audio has been actually really good, but it can obviously get better.
Yeah, I think just coming out of this, whether or not you maintain or build a virtual product offering, like, this is just a good example of your online presence can and should be stepped up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And to echo John, yeah, I mean, so we've got I've got this little Rode mic, which I think was $90 or something, and I haven't actually tried it on my iPhone. It doesn't have any batteries in it, so it's not self-powered. And I don't know if the iPhone will actually power it.
Well, like,
I can try it out and see.
My Rode Lav is just plug and play,
so it should be fine. I know that the A6400 powers it just fine, right? So it normally just attaches right to the top, and it's perfect for like video testimonials when you're right there in front of someone. Obviously, I've got like a full-blown tripod that was on Amazon for like $30, and it's solid. It's got all the different movement options that you would want. And it's good for testimonials. So I think you guys hit the nail on the head. Like, even if you're not going to do some sort of online offering, the skills that you can learn I don't view myself as needing to be the sole content producer for my gym. I need to be able to produce content when I need it without waiting for a videographer or a photographer to, number one, pay them money, have them set up my exact cast members for the video that we're going to put on our website for whatever, or for this lead gen at Facebook ad campaign. Like, I need to be dangerous enough to fill the gaps.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's what this comes down to is, everyone being forced to close their gym doors, automatically handicapped everybody. And those who had the skill set, to be able to jump to an online model, and kind of represent their gyms accordingly, there is less of a handicap there. Right. Because again, if you can't be in front of you, have to be online with your members. Like, that's kind of it. I mean, yes,
right.
You can, do phone calls and whatnot. But if you're operating your business, chances are you still want to scale up somehow. And to scale, like, video and kind of mass audio, mass video kind of stuff. That's probably the easiest bang for your buck thing to do. And so, like, that's going to be definitely a skill and an asset to be able to incorporate, even if when doors do kind of open up again.
Yeah, 100% agree. And I would even say, if you doubt the efficiency of solid audio or communicating via audio, like a podcast, or communicating via video and photography, and you think that just posting, pictures of the whiteboard on your Instagram or that blurry shot is going to get customers, again, like we say so often, put yourself in the shoes of your customers, your prospective customers, and think, when I go to consume something, or when my focus goes from here to something grab my attention over this way, what does that for me?
Yeah. Well, and
it's usually not some terribly done video, right?
That terribly done video was good first 2 weeks. It's acceptable. Right.
It was par for the course.
Exactly. Now, things are starting to level off, and this is kind of now everyone's new norm. Well, now you need to step up and make your stuff look presentable.
So that's an amazing point. So I delivered a barbell to one of our members earlier this week. Took him my own personal barbell that I have here at the house in my home gym, and dropped it off at his house. And he's been doing most of our YouTube videos. We're gonna kind of pivot him a little bit into some individual design stuff as well. Anyways, he was like, "Nick, your online videos have gotten so much better." And he specifically made a comment. When we first published them, they weren't coming out of Final Cut Pro. They didn't have a logo. They had no music. They had nothing in it, right? The original ones, we had this sitting in a tripod on like a wooden box, and TJ was legitimately like,
talking into it.
This is what we're going to do today. And instead, what he does now is, before he sends the file to me to edit in iMovie, which is free on all your Apple, and I'm sure Chrome or other laptops have alternative options, but basically just dubbing the audio over the top. So we got better quality audio by shifting to that. So we didn't have to do the Final Cut Pro stuff. We just got better audio. And the parallel is when they're in your physical gym, this is the equivalent of you making an adjustment, right? Maybe you repainted a wall that was scuffed up, right? Or you put in some air fresheners in the bathroom and they previously hadn't been in there.
Cleaner and slightly more polished.
Right.
People are more proud of it. They want to engage.
We think about those tactile analog things within our gym, and like, hey, if we do this, they'll love it. They'll notice the higher experience. We can't give that to them now.
Exactly.
But you can do these little bitty things to level it up, and they will notice it. And that was proof to me that it's being noticed.
Yeah. Hey, John, didn't you say you had a like tips?
Yeah.
For videos?
So my wife had put together a PDF for her job over at UpLaunch with 10 tips for video recording your own training videos. I'm gonna
sweet. Send me that link
and
and throw it in the video. or we'll throw it in the description of the video here. Well, crap, guys, we're at like 20 minutes in this call, and we can probably go on and admire Nick's most recent purchase. But let's wrap it up here. And so the big takeaway was just, the fastest thing you can do, the easiest thing you can do is get a gimbal for your phone, your smartphone. Mm-hmm. If anything, do that and maybe scroll through YouTube on, best practices for like a video for dummies kind of thing. That alone will allow you to step it up and increase your production value. And then, if it's something that interests you, and it's I know for all of us, we're not videographers and photographers by any means, but damn, it's pretty fun.
It is.
Right? It's fun to learn something. Yeah. It's fun to apply things. So yeah, definitely encourage you guys to do that. And if you got any cool stuff, we've seen some really good production coming out of the Gym Survival Guide. Some guys in there, man, they've got some really, really good stuff.
Yeah, Dave Einstadt. I'm gonna mess up his name. I met him face to face in New York, but he's been a huge. Yeah, so he's been a huge resource for me. I like to say he's a friend now since we've had a chance to meet and have a couple meals together, things like that.
Name though, Brand.
I just don't know how to pronounce it, man. I always say Dave, right? So like, but we've been chatting a lot about this.
Yeah.
Alex Seabury, and I forget his gym, but he's another great resource. Ryan Pye runs a group called Photography as RX, and it's more focused on still-based photography, but he was the one who gave me a lot of advice on which camera to buy, lenses. So those would be the three guys that I have relied on a lot. Ray Lynn, I don't know if John wants to just say hey, wifey, we're going to start throwing you questions, but Ray Lynn, the stuff that she produces is amazing as well. So, and then obviously I know enough to be dangerous and probably get you to spend some money. So
yeah. Well, let's see it. If you guys have any good production or even just practice and you want some feedback, again, feedback from non-photographers, non-videographers, but I think equally as effective. Send it into the Gym Survival group or post it in the comments. We'd love to see what you guys are doing, because that's how everyone learns. We just keep copying and leveling up and improving on what somebody's done, and that's how I think we'll all end up like winning Oscars at some point.
Let's go.
Cool, guys. Well, thanks for showing off today. Maybe next week we'll demo some of your productions.
Let's do it.
And,
perfect.
And see how this goes. Cool.
Sounds good.
Cool.
All right, fellas. Thank you. Right. Have a good weekend, and we will see you on Monday. Oh, happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Passover.
Happy Easter.
Yeah. Yep. Enjoy, guys.
All right. See you, fellas.